This is Tamara Garnett, Richard White. I'm Linda Van Duren. I believe that our PD group turned out to work very well together. I think that as a group we did all of the parts that we had talked about. We also, when we presented well. What do you think?
I think it went great too as far as getting ready for the presentation. I appreciated the collaborative slides that we all contributed information to, and opening that up so that we were able to add that information without actually having a in-room meeting, face-to-face meeting. So
yeah, that was nice as well. And it was great that we got to share it with everybody in the faculty.
Absolutely, and I think we were successful lowering their anxiety levels some about what's coming with these devices being placed in all the students' hands in January. I know there was some, anxiety amongst the teachers about, okay, now what do we do if they've all got these? So I think we've made great strides in offering up some ideas and some websites and different things. So.
Yeah, I think that was very good. Initially, before any of this started, I had worked with another group, and we had looked at some of Hattie's theories, and I actually looked at some information from Forsyth Middle School and Forsyth High School that did a short study on using one-to-one and flip technology and that sort of thing. And their initial data really wasn't overwhelmingly in the positive favor. It was only slightly in the positive favor. And I think what we had talked about in the group was that overall we didn't expect to have a huge improvement in like test scores initially, but at some point that could like dip and come back up. And looking at some of Hattie's research, it definitely, that's what he showed. But he agreed that we eventually should show some improvement. What do you think about all of that?
I've been to several different meetings and conferences over the last couple of years dealing with flipped classroom and one-to-one implementation, and I think the consensus is that, if you're going into this to improve achievement, that's really not where we're headed with it. That's not why we're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a new learner, not new, the learning is different for our kids these days.
Mm-hmm.
So by implementing technology in your classroom, you're going to engage that student. When I went to school in the 80s,
Mm-hmm.
it was a big project if I created a game and we could lay it out on the table and everybody could roll the dice and move it and we could play a game.
Mm-hmm.
They were engaged, they got the concepts, they understood accounting concepts when we played Monopoly. They're beyond my game board now.
Mm-hmm.
They want to play Monopoly online.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's what we have to
Right.
move towards.
We have to move towards the implementation of technology throughout all areas. And, and we had discussed that when we did the survey review, that some of the teachers were concerned that they would have a hard time implementing it. And so possibility of maybe instead of just doing like walkthroughs, but maybe we could do like visitations. So like the technology team possibly could go into the classroom and just make notes, and they get together with that teacher and possibly brainstorm. I think that would be an idea. What do you think?
A coaching collaborative effort with everyone, I think it's just good teamwork.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And if it's not coming from administration,
Yeah.
but rather from your peers, maybe it'll be received a little better.
Well, if your goal is to improve, you're going to invite them into your room because you know you need to improve.
Right.
So if you have, if my best friend comes in to watch me teach, then I'm expecting not just all the positive things, but the things that they saw that I
Mm-hmm.
could grow on.
Yeah. So it's a benefit for everybody if we're able to do that. And I really am proud of our technology team. I thought we did a really great job working together. That was really amazing. It's like, well, this person couldn't be here this day, so they planned to do it on the second day, and this person did it on the first day. And everybody just filled those pegs, those empty holes so well with the right pegs, and I thought that was really good.
Well, along those same lines, I wasn't on the very beginning stages of your planning, for that presentation. And so, to see all the many pieces, there was a lot of stuff that was brought in a compact amount of time.
Mhm.
And we shared the PowerPoint
Mhm.
so they can reference that and use it as a resource when they're thinking, okay, I know Miss D's talked about some kind of video thing that I wanna look at, and they can go back and look at that PowerPoint.
Exactly. They actually have a link that they can get to.
Mhm.
And so I think that's really good, and I really like the fact that the survey that we did showed lots of positive light, but on the other hand too, it shows where we need to work harder at. So it gave us clues where we need to have new PD for the spring. So, and once the kids get the actual devices in their hand, that may change the way, what we do. They may change again what they need. And I like that it's kind of a living, changing professional development, and I think that's important too. It's not just stagnant and then we drop it.
No, if anything, you'll find that you can't stay where you start because it does change.
Mhm.
And in the old days, you could you could plan your curriculum and then just do it again the next year. It's not gonna be that way. As technology changes,
Mhm.
we will change the things that we use to engage the kids. So I look for more changes every summer. The content doesn't change necessarily,
Right.
but our methods and strategies to engage them will.
Exactly, I think so. And so we're definitely gonna impact the future. I mean, I don't see that the technology team's gonna go away. I think it's just gonna continue to offer PD. So this is just something that's gonna continue to grow and change, and maybe even at some point have I don't wanna say a library of things, but I guess a digital library of things. Not
There's a
specific.
huge amount of resources out there
Mhm.
that we can't take advantage of until all the kids get devices. And I don't know that all the teachers realize that yet,
Mhm.
to be honest with you. I know science teachers kind of do, because we've dabbled in it, and there's a lot of good stuff out there for science. Maybe not so much for other disciplines, I don't know, I haven't researched them, but they'll just have to get creative and see what's out there.
Yeah, there seems to be a lot for art, I know, but just the ability to look at a picture and it's in the right colors, that is a huge deal. Because I mean, a printer is very limiting, and you can't have 25 books in the library of one set. So, and the smart board is needing updates, so, I mean,
And your
that's part of it.
computer only has so many
Right.
pixels, but it can
Exactly,
show.
exactly. So, I mean, the kids having devices and being able to sit them right there so they can work with whatever they're working with, or go on a virtual field trip, or I mean, there's just so many options that are possible that I think that are really good.
I think one thing positive that the district has done is, number one, we have this technology focus team that works together, and you guys, you're pulling together resources and things for people in your building. So it's not an outside consultant coming in to tell you what's most important. We're gonna have the heartbeat of what's going on in our school
Right.
and be able to supply that. With this e-mints group coming in, you're gonna have, or cohort that we're trying to get started, then you're gonna have more people that are getting comfortable with integrating that technology. So the technology team, I see it might grow, and it'd be nice if we had a little school of coaches around here.
Oh, yeah, that would be great. That would be really interesting too. I'm just really happy the way all of this turned out, and it's neat that we're going to use the survey to drive the PD for next semester, and even after that. So I'm certain at the end of next semester, then we'll probably put a new survey out and see what's available there.
Well, you don't know what you don't know.
Right.
So once they get that device in hand,
Exactly.
they will know, oh, wait a minute, maybe I need more practice or more instruction or more guidance in how to do something, or I'm losing my kids, what can I do to,
Mhm.
I don't wanna just hand them a piece of paper on a computer, so what can I do?
Exactly. Get them more engaged at that. You know, when I read the book, it kind of had, are you just substituting papers? Are you having them look things up? Or are you really engaging them? So, I mean, that's almost like I don't want to say a new Bloom's taxonomy, it's more like the technical taxonomy for teachers. Maybe that's something we should actually put together as some sort of guide. Okay, all right, this is where your higher level is on the technical kind of. Oh, is it?
It's out
Okay,
there.
well, I need to see that one, so
Okay.
that would be something that would be interesting. And you know, when we plan our own PD, we know what we need, because a lot of times you go to those PD references and they say, oh, it's a beginning one, and you really get a beginning. Or the next time you go to a beginning one, and it's not the beginning, it's somewhere in the middle, and so we can help each other. I think that would be really great.
But for it to be successful, you know, I think we need the backing of administration, which I think we have, and they're allowing us PD time, so you know they really want it to be successful. And then this group also, you know, as a support group and a facilitator of ideas, hopefully we can do some of that. I think it's all gonna help a lot.
Oh, I hope so. It sounds like it really will. I think it'll be very good. Let's see.
The crew of people on your technology committee, you've got a wide variety of experts there. So each one will have something to contribute and share with the faculty, because you guys are gonna be diving into your classrooms with it. And you're gonna talk about the celebrations that you have, and if you can share some of the flops that you have, you may prevent somebody else from having a flop in that area.
That's true, and people learn from flops just as well as
Absolutely.
you know.
Failure doesn't, I mean, if it doesn't fly, it doesn't mean you're a failure. It just means that way doesn't work.
They could almost call this school practice.
Mhm.
You know, it's like a medical practice with school practice. You know, you're
Mhm.
practicing and trying making it better.
Next semester is going to be exciting.
Oh, I think so. And roll out on the 14th, that'll be really good. And, you know, and he's gonna, when we come back on the 2nd, which is the next time we meet, we're gonna start planning our events for that. And I think that will be really exciting.
Well, the survey results I thought were positive. So
Yes,
I think
definitely.
the majority of teachers are looking forward, you know, to getting the devices in the students' hands. There's still a little bit of apprehension out there, but that's to be expected. You know, we'll just work through that.
I think that's a really good.
And as I said the other day, I think some of those things that they're apprehensive about, while it's all very normal, it will work its way out as they start implementing with it.
A lot of it will.
Mhm. It's not going to be as scary.
Right. That's, yeah, it's just like going to the dentist, you know. Once you pass the initial, it gets better, and by the time you're done,
Well,
it's
it's
good.
like driving my dog to the vet. He doesn't want to go in, but once he goes in, they give him a treat.
There you go.
And so he's really glad he got there.
Yeah, I think that is good. Well, I believe that we probably have done what we need to do,
Okay, good.
so.
So we're meeting again December 2nd
Mhm.
after break.
At 3:30 in Joe's room, or maybe just meeting here if he's doing wrestling, if that's okay
Okay.
with you. I would say meet in my room, but it's always a little on the dirty side, so.
My room's a little small.
Your room's a little small, definitely. so.
And our focus is gonna be what the PD's gonna look
Yeah,
like. right?
the PD look, what it's gonna look like, and the rollout celebration.
Oh,
And what
yes.
we're gonna be doing and setting up the
Theme. Think of a
Yes.
theme.
and how we're going to do
I
the
wish I had a good
the
theme.
fire, what do you call them, the fire sessions?
Oh, ignite.
Ignite sessions, okay. Fire.
Ignite.
We don't wanna set them on
We
fire.
want to engage them and
That's
ignite
right.
their curiosity.
Their
and
curiosity, I think that will be very good, so.
Get them involved
Yeah.
from the get-go.
Very good. All right,
Sounds good?
all right, thank you.
Mhm.